Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do my March Readathon TBR. I have 5 readathons I'm going to try to participate, and one more that I'm hopeful may try to participate in. So yes, quite a lot of readathons happening in the month of March. I'm going to start with Buzzwordathon, which is a year-long readathon, and for the buzzword for March is time. I have 2 books that I'm going to read. The first one is Times Like These by Julia Wolf, and the second one is This Time Tomorrow by Tessa Bailey, and that is book 2 in that series, her vampire series. So yes, those are the 2 I would like to read for Buzzwordathon. Then the next readathon I'm going to mention is Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon, which is a 48-hour readathon that is happening the 20th and the 21st of March. And you can't really do too much preparing for that because it is a live readathon. So she gave you the first 2 prompts that you could try to do, which was dark cover and fantasy. So I have 2. So the first one for dark cover, I'm going to do The Power by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 2 in the Titan series. It has a dark cover. And then we have The Struggle, which is book 3, which is a fantasy. So I have both of these on audio, and yeah, would like to read both of these, and they fit. And that's pretty much all I could do for Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon. So yes. And then the next one I'm going to talk about is Sequel-a-thon, which happens March 8th through the 27th. And there's 3 challenges. The first one is to continue a series you started last year. The second one is read a sequel to a book you read over a year ago. And the third one is to complete a series or catch up on a series in progress. So for continue a series you started last year, I would like to continue on the Love Story series by Natasha Madison. This is Unexpected Love. There's only 3 books in this series, so I would like to finish this. So I would like to read this one and then the third one, if possible. But this is just going to count that one. Then for read a sequel of a book you read over a year ago, this is going to be a reread, but I'm going to count it, and that is Elect by Rachel Van Degen. This is the second book in the Eagle Elite series. I would love to finish the Eagle Elite series, so I would love to reread all of the books in this, so I could continue on. I have 2 books that I have yet to read in this series, and there's like 9 or 10. So yes. And I read 1.5 or reread 1.5 in last March, so this counts. And for the third one, complete a series or catch up on a series, I am gonna do Bounty by Kristen Ashley, and that is the 6th book in the Colorado Mountain Men series, but I don't own that physically. But I would love to reread books 1 through, or is that the 7th? It could be the 7th. I have The Gamble, Sweet Talk, or Sweet Dreams, Lady Luck, Breathe, Kaleidoscope, and what is, I know I have it down here, Jaded, and then Bounty. So it's the 7th book. And I have all of them on audio, so I would like to reread these 2 if possible. So yes. And then I am going to move on to Breezy Hollow Readathon, which is an Animal Crossing readathon. And all of the information to all of these readathons will be posted down below. And you could either pick 5 books or 15 books. I am doing easy because of the last readathon I'm going to talk about. Yes. So the first one is you naming your island, and my island is going to be AMB3 reads, and that is to read the first letter of your name, read a book with the first letter of your name, and for that I'm going to do Amnesia by Cambria Herbert. This is A for my A to Z challenge, so I need to read this, so why not here? And I don't really know what this book is about other than it sets place in Maine, I'm pretty sure, and like the main character has amnesia. And yeah, that's all I really know. Then the next one is your first villager, and there was a prompts of 5, I think, and you have like just prompt 1, and then it gave you a thing, and I picked Jock, I'm sorry, and Bam was the villager, and that is to read a book with a main character that loves sports or is on a sport team. And I am going to go with Team Player, my Team Player anthology, because this was the anthology for March, and all of these have a player that is on a sports team or loves sports, because this anthology is all about sports. So, yes, it is a thick book, but I have to read it anyway, so might as well include it on this. Then, your second or third prompt is to choose your second villager, and for that I choose Mira. And then the prompt was her sisterly, which is to read a book with a main character who has a younger sibling. And for that, I'm going to choose Wild Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 8th book in the Like Us series, and this follows Sylvan. I never know. Sally? I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry. And she has a younger sister. And I'm super excited to read this. And yes. And then you get to pick a hemisphere, and I'm going to pick the Southern Hemisphere, which is to read a book that's set during fall time, and for that I'm going to read Cemetery Boys by Eden Thomas. And then lastly, you pick a fruit, and I picked Peaches, which is to read a book with mostly yellow or pink cover, and for that I'm going to do Cinderella-ish by Jocelyn Westbrook, because it's pink. Very pink. So, yes, that is my TBR for Breezy Hollow Readathon, which is all month. I should mention that one's all month. And then we have the next all month readathon, which is going to be the Tropicana readathon, which is going to be the second time I participate in this, and I'm super excited. So you have 13 common challenges, and each of the common ones are 50 points, and then you get to pick a team, and I am Team Romance. And then you have 2 team challenges, which is worth 100 points. And then you have 2 group grades, which you could only count 1. And that's 150 points. So, yes. As I said, I am Team Romance. So I'm just going to talk about the common ones first. So what I really love about this is you have tropes, and then you have an additional challenge, like an alternate challenge, if you're not a fan of reading one of those tropes. So that's what I really love about this. So the first trope is to read an absent parents or dead parents, or a book with multiple authors. And I'm going with multiple authors, and that is going to be Charming Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is book 7. Yeah, book 7 in the Wild Like Us series. And I have this on audio, and I just need to read it. And then we have War Setting, or a book that you could use as a weapon, a book over 500 pages. And for that, I have Slip of the Tongue by Jessica Hawkins. This is book 1 in this series. I don't remember what this series is called, but it's book 1, and it's just over 500 pages. It's like 525 pages. So I also have this on audio. Sorry. And then we have Small Town, or a book with a one-word title. And for that, I'm going to do Submerged by Lacey Black. Book 1 in the Bound Together series. I don't know. I just need to read it. I bought these in November from Bookworm. So, need to read it. And yeah. I'm pretty sure that takes place in Las Vegas. Then we have Coming of Age, or a book that shaped who you are. And for that, I'm going to read Clap Where You Land by Elizabeth Esposito, which I also have on audio. I'm super excited to read that. Then we have Dystopian, or a book someone else has chosen for you. And for that, I'm going to do the someone else chose for me. But I'm going to wait until people post their March TBRs. And then the first book I see that I own, I will read. That's the one I'm going to do for that. And then we have Blast from the Past, or a book published before 2000. And for that, I'm going to read The Sweet Gum Tree by Catherine Aldred, which is on my Kindle. I've had that for a few years, so I'm going to read that. Then we have Mixed Media, or an audiobook, and I'm going to read an audiobook. And the audiobook, a lot of my things are, it's right here. I'm going to do Wild Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 8th book in this Like Us series. So, yes, audiobook. Then we have AI or ebook. I'm going to do ebook, and that ebook I'm going to pick up is Dotted Lines by Debbie Perry, and that is the 5th book in the Runaway series, and that comes out March 2nd. So that's going to be my ebook because I have it pre-ordered on an ebook, and I'll read it on ebook. So yes. Then we have Boarding School, or a buddy read. Also, that one I'm leaving open because I am in a lot of Goodreads groups. And I follow a lot of people that have book clubs. So I'm going to leave that open. And if you see any of these books and you would like to buddy read with me, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that too. Or I may just use like the other group read for my team as the other one of this. I don't really know, but I'm leaving that one open. Then we have Enemies to Lovers, or Friends to Lovers, or a book you previously DNF'd. And I'm going to do Enemies to Lovers, and that's Dear Enemy by Kristen Callahan. Don't really know what this is, but I own it, and it needs to get done. Read, so yes. Then we have multiple point of view, or a multiple person of color character, or multiple POC characters. And I'm doing multiple POV, which is going to be I never could say this. It's going to be this book by Natasha Madison. This takes place in Paris, and there is multiple points of view, but a lot of these books that I read are also multiple points of view. So if that's not, then I could read one of the other ones I'm reading. And then we have The New Kid in Town, or a genre you don't usually read. And we have The Whisper Man by Alex North, for a genre I don't usually read, because I don't usually read thrillers. I have this on audio. And this is also fits The New Kid in Town. So both of these fits this. And then lastly, we have retelling, or a book with a TV or movie adaptation. And for that, I'm going to do Call Me By Your Name by Adrian Acklman. I am so sorry I butchered that. I also have this on audio. And those were all of the common books, challenges, prompts. And then we're on to team challenges. So the first one is to read a book with a celebrity romance trope. And for that, I'm going to do Hollywood Playboy by Natasha Madison. This is book 1 in this series. And I'm excited. It's a gorgeous book. Like, I love the title pages, chapter pages. It's gorgeous, and I'm super excited to read this. And then the second team challenge is to read a book with the paranormal romance trope. And for that, I'm going to read This Time Tomorrow by Tessa Bailey, which is the second book in that series. And then the two group reads is a new published and an old one. And the new published is Accidentally Engaged by Ferrera Herman, which comes out March 2nd. And then we have Love from A to Z by S.K. Alley, which is the old one. And I'll pick one of those. I will probably do Accidentally Engaged. And then I might see if I could borrow Love from A to Z from my library and use that as the buddy read, maybe. But yes, and I have that. And that is all of the readathons I'm going to participate. And then the one I'm not so sure if I will have time is going to be Steamathon, which has a bingo board. But some of these can fit on here. So yes. I mean, poly romance, I know Wild Like Us fits that. For romance, Charming Like Us fits that. Fantasy romance, I know, the, This Time Tomorrow, the Power, all of that. Childhood friends, new to me authors, favorite author. So I could do, are any of these by my favorite authors? I mean, I do like Natasha Madison, Jessica Hawkins, Krista and Becca Ritchie. So fake relationship, a lot of these I'm sure I could hit throughout the month with the books I'm already reading. But I don't want to say I'm participating, setting up books for that, because I already have so many. And yeah, I don't want to overload. But I'm also really excited for Bookopoly for Becca. It's 48 hours. So yes, but I'm super excited to read all of these books. As I said, if you're going to participate in the 48-hour Becca's Bookopoly, what do you plan on reading for the two which one are you going to read? Dark cover or fantasy? If you're going to participate in Buzzword, what do you plan on reading with the word time? If you're going to participate in Tropicana Readathon, what are you planning on reading? And if you're planning on participating in Breezy Hollow, what do you plan on reading? Did you do the easy or the advanced? And as I said, if you want to read any of these, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to. And yeah, that is my March Readathon TBR. It's quite a lot, and I'm super excited. Um, and also, if you're participating in Sequelathon, what are you planning on reading? I'll see everyone later.